Hello and welcome to my craft room. I'm Deanna Gonzalez and it's so nice to have you come and craft with me. So I just wanted to show you a card I did using a technique that my upline, Brandy Cox, actually showed me that I think it's fantastic. If you go to brandyscards.com, you can actually see some of her videos. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful. Seeing what she did inspired me to try to do what I'm doing. So anyway, using one of her techniques of, basically taking a flower, or a few flowers and making your own gorgeous, kind of like your own designer series paper really, to then decorate, that's what we've got here. So let me get out my Scallop Punch that I forgot to actually get out when preparing. So anyway, I took a regular 8.5 by 11 paper, sliced it right in half, so that it'll be 5.5 by 4.25, and then I took 2 pieces of the Whisper White and cut them in 5.25 by 4. So you just go in 1/4 inch on both sides basically to give just that really pretty border here. And then we're using the Early Espresso for the back paper, as well as the Blushing Bride, just a scrap piece of paper, and we're going to need just a little snippet of the Early Espresso cardstock. All you need to really worry about is that it lines up here just like so. So you're going to want to make that the same as this paper, so 4.25. I'm so sorry, 4 inches. And then when you punch it, it'll get a little smaller than this, but just pick whatever you want. It could be an inch and a half, whatever you want. Just punch it and you're going to get this really pretty look. So we're going to take our cardstock and score it, because we are madly in love with our scoreboard. You just make sure that the edges are plush on the top and the side, and we go by 5.5 right here and just score that. And then if you pressed here, that's where you're going to be folding. You're going to fold on the other side, so that the bumpy part would be on the inside and the indent would be on the outside, just giving it that really gorgeous fold. I just love it. Very big fan of this stuff. So we've got that. I'm just going to go ahead and get all the cutting, punching ready. So I just took this and lined it up. If you look here, you're going to see basically what the edge is. So if I lined it here, I'm going to have a funny little edge here, and I like things to kind of look as centralized as possible. So we're going to try to line it up here. We've got like these little partial scallop things here, and we're just going to punch here, and then you slide it over, line it up, do another punch. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. And we have another punch that I'm just so madly in love with, another scalloped with holes. So now we're going to go on the other side and just kind of line it up the best we can. If you see, like it looks about right here maybe. Yeah, I like it to look as much as possible, but if it's not perfect, it's alright. Things always end up looking really pretty, right? And as Brandy has said, things don't, when people receive something, they don't know what you originally had in mind. So to them, they're just getting this gorgeous card. They have no idea that in your mind you're seeing mess up, So we've got this punched. So just set that aside. And now we're going to get the stamping! So I have my Early Espresso ink pad and my Blushing Bride ink pad. Just love these ink pads. They're so marvelously wonderful. And then I'm using the Fabulous Florets for the flower. I'm using this one right here. I just think it's so pretty. And then I'm using the Perfect Punches, this little Thanks. I just thought the way that the elegant swirly bobs inside the scallop, I just felt like it matched this flower really well. It's not perfect, but I think it looks really cute. So that's what I did. So to make our little pattern paper, we're going to protect our work surface, because I have issues. So I'm going to take my Blushing Bride, and if you notice, there are 3 shades of flower here actually. You've got the dark color, which I did on the corners and the center, and then I did one in the middle. And then what I did was I stamped, you can actually even see on here too, I stamped the stamp here to get off some of the ink, and then did a second stamp to get the second light color, and then did another stamp to then get it to be that. So we're just going to do a couple little stamping techniques here to get a special touch. So I'm going to do first the inside, where I just did like a few on the inside here on the corners. So let's do that. And you can do any way you wish to. Anything you think will be the best, you know. So I'm just going to go and stamp it off on here, and then stamp again, bringing it in. And I'm having it just barely touch this one. It doesn't really matter because it's such a lighter color that if they're, you know, touching each other, it's not going to be like, oh wow, that looks bad. So I did this. I think it's just so pretty. Now we're just going to go in and do another thing on the corner here. Oh, isn't that nice? So that's really pretty, and we're going to go ahead and stick that inside of our card really quick using the snail adhesive. Just get that really quick. You don't need to put too much on there, as it's just inside and it's not going to get smacked about on the edges. So we're just going to come in and not press too hard so that we can maneuver it if we need to. Oh, that's looking really good actually. So we'll just press it down. Yeah, it looks nice, right? So now we're going to do the front cover. And this one gets a little more tricky because we're going to try to do the full page. Now, something I think Brandy does that is just ingenious. A lot of times she'll stamp something on each of the corners, and then, you know, kind of like in the center and a little off, you know, and then come in with the other stamps or the other shade of the color. So I'm doing something very similar. I'm just going to come in and do all the corners and not have them, they're not all going to be in the same amount, you know, because we're trying to give this a definite, you know, authentic paper look, and it's never going to be quite the same. So you can twist it about, do whatever you want to. And then I'm going to come in and just do maybe a couple of these in the middle. I won't do it quite the same as before. And then I want to get one in the middle here. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. And now we're going to go in and do the stamp spot, whatever it's called, just to get the other look to it, the light color. And we just, oh, I just love this. It's so pretty, isn't it? But as you can see, we're just sort of going around, stamp, and then pressing down on it again, and just getting the prettiest little border here. And you can do this with so many of the flower stamps. It can just look so beautiful. And I mean, you can do swirly bobs too in the same way, and just make it look good. So now we've got that, and let's get a couple on the inside of these really light ones. And now I'm going to go for like extra light, right? So I'm going to ink it up and then go 1, 2, smacko. And then try it again. 1, 2, smacko. Just right in those little open spots here. 1, 2, smacko. That probably sounds really annoying. I will stop doing that. But basically, just hit it down twice, and there you go. Now you have your own design paper. Sorry if that was really obnoxious. Sometimes I really don't listen to myself. And my husband will be, you know, off working on something else as I'm working on this, and he's like, "What'd you just say?" I'm like, "What? I don't know. Like, what did I say?" You know, and then it's kind of embarrassing. So yeah, that's me. I don't always quite know what I'm saying. So anyway, now we're going to come in with our, yeah, that's me for you, with our Early Espresso ink pad here, and our Thanks Perfect Punches. And you can use, you know, whatever you want. I just thought it fits so beautiful in that little thing there. So just down and up, and look how perfect that is. Not the mess up here, but down here. That one looks good. So, yeah, that one, the mess up isn't a big deal. I can punch it out and it'll be fine. But I'm saving it for a rainy day, I suppose. Not right now. So I need to get my oval scalloped punch, and I'm just going to go in. Don't you just love the coordinating stamps and punches? Oh, it makes things so much easier than tediously cutting and then not even having it be quite perfect. So we're just going to line it up into the center the best we can. Ta-da! How beautiful, yes. So put that aside. And now we're going to finish doing the assembly. So we'll get our little snail adhesive again, or whatever you wish. If you and Tombow glue are friends, knock yourself out. Tombow glue away. It's a really great adhesive for this kind of a thing. You know, it'll be really funny if one of these days I'm Tombow gluing everything, but right now I'm not. In fact, I think I'll get Tombow with just these edges here, though. Let's see if I can do this appropriately. All right, we really need to become friends, Tombow. Just get that a little bit. Just squeeze a little. I've been like keeping this like stored upside down. I find that helps a little bit because then I can get it flowing a bit faster than when it wasn't in that way. But sometimes I tell ya, things just don't always work for me as I would hope. So we're gonna get this in here the best we can without pressing too hard. I think that's about right. There we go. Yay! And then with this, you can move this all kinds of ways. I happen to want to put it just a bit down here so it covers kind of an open space and just looks really, really pretty. So we're going to just stick a little adhesive there. And yes, we'll give Tombow a little bit of a try again since it seems to be behaving a little bit better right now. See, anytime you use something new, it's like, even if sometimes you guys aren't friends at first, you always have to give it a try because after a while, you might be on talking terms. And if you are, that's always good. It's always good to have adhesive options, especially if you're going to, you know, do stuff all the time and then you run out and you're like, oh no, you know, what am I going to do? It's good to have like a variety of adhesives on hand. But I think Tombow's pretty strong. So we're just going to line this up on the edge because we cut it at the same length as the white, the Whisper White. It should make it so that it lines up pretty nicely, pretty easy. So here we go. How pretty, how pretty. And we're going to take a few dimensionals and just slap them on the edges here. I'll stick one in the middle just for good measure. And peel that off. I hope you have fun playing around with this technique. Again, if you go to brandyscards.com, she's done this with some other flower stamp sets that just look incredible. You know, it's a little different, but just absolutely beautiful. And she's just so much fun to watch her videos from. So I just took one of the scalloped uppy bumps, you know, like this right here where it's going up right here, and I lined one of these scallop tops and put it together. So yeah, isn't that beautiful and fun? So I hope you have fun with this technique. I hope you'll make lots of different things using this and making your very own paper designs. It can be really fun. So thank you for joining me, and please come again and watch more videos and have a lot of fun with me. So thank you. Bye-bye.